Welcome to the Windy City Rundown. Yeah. I almost forgot. Can you hear me? Where is it at? There it is. Hey, there we are. Hey, welcome back to another great episode of the Windy City Rundown.
Rookies.
I know, right? Talk about who can't do their job correctly. But as you can see, I got a Jose here with me. We're here live. We're together. Don't leave me hanging. We're here live together here, the Windy City Rundown. Make sure you guys follow us on our other social media platforms outside of Facebook and YouTube. We also are Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys like and share on our on your Facebook page, our show, and then like and subscribe on our YouTube page, and hit the bell on both pages to get notified when our shows are live. And you get the rarity of having us together like we are today. That's Jose Contreras. I am Eric Avila. We are here live together. What's up, man? How are you?
We're good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, good.
Back to be here in the man cave.
All right, yeah, right. Man cave under construction.
You need a name for this place.
I do. I really do.
What is it called? We have to have a name for this place.
We do. You know what? I'm also thinking about like kind of switching it up. I feel like, the more that I'm growing, I got just that space that's right over there is just calling my name to where like it just fits perfectly.
At least for now, you need something here.
Right, exactly. But then if I need something there, that means I gotta extend the camera more over there. And as you can see, I got a lot of working with right here on the table. Got the World Cup balls that's gonna be coming out pretty soon, as the World Cup is right around the corner for 2026. Got it right here on display for every single Adidas World Cup ball from 1970. And then you can see everything behind me. So, and then the plus it's even growing on top of that. So, yeah, future sign, and hopefully this guy will be here next to me a lot more often than just one time every 6 months or something like that. So
I'm lazy, bro. What can I say?
And it is what it is. We all have our thing. But yes, Jose is with me here in the man cave. Guys, the link is also in the comment section too as well. If you guys want to join us, it is right there on the YouTube page. It's shortly about to be popping up on our Facebook page. If you guys want to join us, or as always, you could guys join us on the comment section too as well. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to start off with the baseball because yesterday, Jose, since you and I are both Cubs fans,
right?
Tom Ricketts met the media yesterday at spring training, as spring training is right around the corner. It starts on Friday, if you didn't know.
I knew.
Yeah, Cubs versus.
I'm actually really excited for Cubs season this year. Like, I don't know if it was the Bears that got me in a state where I'm like, I'm all in right now. Chicago sports.
Yeah.
Right, the Bulls are disappointing. The Blacks are somewhere just like nowhere land right now for me. But yeah, I'm really excited for the baseball season coming up.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. But you know what? For the first time, and I think in a very long time that I can remember, an owner coming out and saying, this team is ready to win the championship and that we need more championships in Chicago or in the Cubs organization. Normally, it would get me excited. Normally, it would make me happy. Normally, it would be, hell yeah, this guy's actually, he finally means business, right? But Jose, I think I'm in the okay, now prove it to me mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be happy about my Cubs baseball. I want to be happy about the Cubs potentially being that team that could compete with the Dodgers. Now the Dodgers are the Dodgers, right? But obviously you still have to play the game. But Jose, like, I my situation with the Chicago Cubs of like, they don't want to take it serious, or at least I don't feel like they're going to take it serious. And this year they pay big money for Bregman. They got a lot of pitching. They got a lot of bullpen help, a lot of arms. Justin Steele's coming back off his Tommy John surgery, right? Shoulder's back for 1 year. It's like it should be like a lot of positives, but it's just kind of like, okay, cool. Be the best team from here in July. But if your team needs something, are you really there in July? I think I'm more in that prove it to me stage before I'm saying, hell yeah, we're all in.
I think first and foremost, let's just start with the offseason, right? I think what they've added, they're already a better team than last year, right? Yes, you lose. Yes, you lose Kyle Tucker, but you bring in Bregman. At least offensively, it shouldn't be that much of a dip, right? Or maybe you'll have a little bit better offensively with Bregman than you did with Tucker, right? Because you can easily put Seiya Suzuki in the outfield to take over that defensively, but offensively you should at least have Bregman there.
Yeah.
Right, we need PCA to be PCA, not the PCA we saw in the second half, but what we saw in the first half and a little bit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Our biggest thing going into the postseason last year was pitching. Right, going into to the All-Star break and then the trade deadline, we were like, we need pitching. Cubs did nothing to get us pitching, but then you started to see them make moves this offseason for pitching, and then you have some, like as you mentioned, some starters coming back healthier. We're going to have a deep rotation.
Yeah, the trade for Cabrera also helped too as well.
We're going to have a deep rotation, and a lot of those guys that we're starting could maybe move into the bullpen, and I think they've already established who their closer is going to be.
Yeah, Palencia.
Mm-hmm. So at least in that regard, we've gotten better. So we should be a better team than we were last season. We just got to see how they mesh together right throughout the regular season. And with that being said, I think if we're going into the trade deadline, and we see like, and we seem to be like we're there. We're maybe like a one piece away. I think this year more so than last year. That's just my guess, right? If you put a gun in my head, or if you're telling me to make a bet here, I'm gonna say I think this year they learned a little bit from last year. Like, fuck, we probably should have went for it because it bit him in the ass in the playoffs, even though they were one game away from the NLCS.
Yeah,
you see, pitching rotation was there.
Right,
the Cubs weren't. We were literally on fumes. So I think Hoyer and them, I think they really looked at that like, you know what, fuck, we probably fucked up there. We should have grabbed in an extra arm or two to help us out. They did now in the offseason. That's great. I want to see what happens from here on out, but I do think we'll be a lot better.
You know what? I want to believe you. I do believe you. Right? And I see it too. Like I see the moves that they made. I see Alex Bregman. I see the pitching. I see it all, but it's kind of, I'm at that point where it's just like, okay, I've seen this story before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this year, what have you said the Bears, right? I think the Bears got us in a state of mind to where like, holy shit, sports could be fun if your team is really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sports could be fun even if your team was just an underdog and just out of nowhere, just, whatever, like they got you excited for sports. And I believe that. I truly believe that. Like, I didn't even know the baseball was right around the corner. It felt like the season just ended a couple weeks ago for the Bears. I mean, it really did. Normally our season is over by November, December. No, the Bears played into middle of January to make it feel like, damn, like football was long this year. You know what I mean?
It really was, yeah.
And now that we've come back, or now that we're in this state where it's just like, oh shit, baseball's already starting, preseason's right around the corner. I'm literally right around the corner. I don't think it just made me digest enough about the Cubs yet. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen the moves.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And like you said, the Bears just ended. So, of course, you're not even there in baseball mode yet.
No. And normally I'm in baseball mode literally by January.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking about the upcoming players coming into the draft for the Bears this upcoming, because we're picking in the top 10.
Yeah.
No, not this year. No. This year's completely different. And it feels weird, but cool at the same time, because you're just excited about what's coming up next.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. PCA's in the mix, right? Matt Shaw, he's going to be a utility guy. All the Cabrera still coming back. Like, there's a lot of positive for the Chicago Cubs to be happy about this team.
Suzuki had a nice year. Nico Horner had a nice year.
100%, Yeah. And where do they go from here is the next big thing, right? Obviously got to win the Central.
Yeah,
that's number one.
Yeah, you have to get over the hump over the Milwaukee.
You definitely got to beat the Central, right? You have to be, now with Ricketts coming out saying that the Cubs have the potential to win the World Series or be a World Series team. You have to be the second best team behind the Dodgers. Like, it's a must. It's a guarantee.
And that's the one thing I forgot to mention earlier is, yes, last year we were a game away from the NLCS. Last year,
I was there.
Last year we were good, right?
Yeah.
But look at all the other teams around us.
Right.
They got better too.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for the Bears, right? Like the Bears, they made it they made it as far as they made it. But now it's like, hey, last year in baseball and this year in football, there was a lot of parity. It was wide open for anybody.
100%.
You couldn't sit there and say the Dodgers are going to win it all, because they weren't really the best team going into the playoffs. They seemed like it, but they weren't. They didn't become the best team until they got to the playoffs. But going into the playoffs, you were like, hey, anybody could win this, right?
Yeah.
Same thing for the NFL. Anybody could win this. Now this year, you look at the Dodgers and all the moves they made. You're like, fuck. They're the favorites.
They're the favorites. Okay.
After winning the championship,
they're the favorites
signing
again.
all these players, and it's like shit. They've gotten so much better. So like now, yes, the Cubs got better, but so did the Dodgers, so did the other teams. So it's like, what do we do there? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm glad that Ricketts is at least acknowledging this could be something special.
Yes.
Because that at least raised some alarms to me about him finally going into his checkbook, signing some guys, or having Joyer be a little bit more aggressive during the trade deadline. That's the only way we're going to be the Dodgers.
No, 100%. And obviously, you have to play the game, right?
Yeah.
The series is always 7 games,
yep.
or at least guaranteed 4, but literally a 7-game series. And anything can happen in those 7 games, right? Anything can happen in between that. So I'm in wait and see mode for the Chicago Cubs. Literally wait and see. Like, I don't want to get too excited. I'm excited. I'm happy. I think this has probably been last year. What did I say last year? Last year I was probably the most negative Nancy coming to the Cubs fan going into the season because of moves that the Cubs did not make, right? Now that the Cubs made some moves, I'm a little bit more excited, but I still have my worries. I still feel like the Cubs need something else. They need something else. Like I still feel like they need another bat in that lineup, another right fielder, something. But I feel like they're still lacking at bats on that lineup, one way or another. Even though we got Alex Bregman, who should be a little bit better than Kyle Tucker, but I still feel like they're just missing something to be like, okay, this team can't compete with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I genuinely feel that.
Maybe, I don't know. It's like you said, we got to wait and see how this team is going to look like during the regular season. Anything can happen.
100%.
So it's wait and see, but it's excitement. At least we're going in knowing there's a chance there for the Cubs, especially based off what they did last year. It was a surprising year. I mean, I know I said I thought they were going to be better. You thought they were going to be worse, but that's not throwing you under the bus. It's literally because we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into.
Exactly what team we're going to get.
This year we kind of have a little bit of a sense of it. So what we're going to look at now, we just got to see them play on the field.
Right. Like this team is serious.
Yeah.
At least I can guarantee saying that with my chest.
Yeah.
100% that this team is serious in competing.
Yeah.
And is ready to go toe and toe with said Dodgers, with said the Mets and all the other teams in the National League. Like I can genuinely say that this team is ready to compete.
Yeah.
Am I ready to say they're playoff contenders? Is a whole nother story.
I think so.
But
it all depends on
beat the Brewers first.
Yeah, beat the Brewers.
Convince me, beat the Brewers.
Win your division,
and then we'll take it as one step at a time.
Win your division, and then we can talk about what we need to talk about. But yeah, win your division.
100%. Jose and I are live together. This is for real. We're here. We're together. Yeah. No AI, no nothing. No. We're here on Facebook and on YouTube, Windy City Rundown Guy. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. Like and share your Facebook, our show, and also like and subscribe on our YouTube page too as well.
Yep.
Hit the bell on both pages to get notified when our shows are live Tuesdays at 7:30. Jose, this is also the time of year in baseball where we become the most worst prediction teams in the whole entire world. The over-under win totals for both the Cubs and the White Sox. We are going to give the White Sox a little bit of a shout out in today's episode, right? Not too much because let's be completely 100% honest, not just because we're not White Sox fan, but it's just they're in that state where what part of the rebuild are they in right now at the moment? Yes, they've got a lot of young and up-and-coming talent coming up in the squad with Mydroff he's the only player that I know. But like it seems like down at the South Side, Jose, they're a little bit more excited because of this team is so young and up and coming. And I think like let's start with them because we have less to talk about them than we do for the Chicago White Sox. I mean for the Chicago Cubs, should I say? But Jose, I got the win total. Me personally, I have the win total for the Chicago White Sox at 72.5 wins.
Ooh.
Over or under wins on that?
Over 72.5.
Uh-huh. And then you guys could chime in too as well. The link is also in the comment section. Tony already going on the comments. What's up, Tony? He says, I'm leaving the Sox. suck. I agree with you 100%, Tony. Come back a little bit or just stay with us. We will tune into the Chicago Cubs right now in a bit. But over and under on the win totals for the White Sox at 72.5. These are my projected win totals. I'm not going based off on any gambling sites. This is me personally. And I feel like I'm giving the White Sox just a little bit more credit because of the young and upcoming and the unknown of the White Sox. That's just me and putting these numbers. I finally do feel like they will probably get out of that 100 losing season mark. Will I be surprised if they're still on that mark? Yes. I mean, no, not really. I would not be surprised if they lose another 100 games.
What was their win total last year?
Tony said 52 wins.
What did they win last year?
That is a great question. Looking it up. He said for the minor league on the south side. I mean, look, Tony, what you're saying is not really wrong. I mean, but at the same time, Tony, it's just one of those. It's at that state where we were in the beginning of the 2010s as Cubs fans. Like, we know that this team wasn't going to be good enough to compete. We're waiting for the future, building up these prospects, bringing in the players that are ready to play in the big, to bring in and play in the major leagues. And this is where the White Sox are at right now. And I talked to my cousin Mike, who's a Sox fan too as well. I think he's really excited about the young and upcoming players coming up. I know they got that one player from Japan too as well. I'm not even going to attempt his name just because I don't want to botch it. But I know they had that free agent signing from Japan, the hitter that they got coming in. So look, there's a lot of excitement in the South Side. But I just don't think that I don't see them pass more than 72 wins.
So you have 72.5. I'm gonna go under with 72.
Okay, just right under. Just right under.
Because I'm looking at all the sports books. They have them right at 65.5, 66.5, right? So we are a little bit more gracious than they are.
I'm more. This is me.
Well, I'm picking 72. I think 72 is a sweet spot for. I think that's pretty good. I think it's a sweet spot. I'm also. I think they'll be a lot better than they were last year. So I'm gonna go 72. So I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under that 72.5 with 72 wins.
With 72 wins, nice. Look, Jose, put you on the baseball history. The last time the season before that the White Sox, or there was a strike in baseball, the White Sox were really, really good.
All right.
This is the season before the collective bargaining agreement ends with baseball, and the players may go on strike. It might surprise a few people, but it's not World Series worthy.
The difference is we knew they were going to be good that year.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tony says Detroit is the team to beat in that division. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. He said, okay, he'll be nice. 71 wins. 71 under, just under.
Yeah, I agree. 72. I got 72.
I'm right with you at 71. I'll even give them 70. I'll be one less than you guys, 70 wins. Right. But it's progression from when they were last year.
100%.
Last year, I think they only won 60 wins.
60. They were last year. They were 60 and 102.
There you go. So I think they avoid the 100 losing game season.
Yeah,
I really do believe that. I think this team is a little bit more talented on all aspects of the field. They just need to grow together and have those young prospects come up. Cool. Yeah. I was a White Sox segment. It was hard for us. We didn't know diddly squat, but honestly, I know just a little bit enough to keep us whole to talk about the Chicago White Sox. Now, okay. We'll take that. If they win 75 games, Hooters is on Tony. We love Hooters bets. I love Hooters.
I won last year. Thanks. Shout out to Eric.
Yeah. He already got that too. So yeah, 75 wins on. You know what, Tony? I'll take that.
I'll take that bet.
Damn, that means we gotta take the over. Just for Hooters, I'll take the over at 72. For Hooters, I'll take the over at 72 and a half.
All right, we'll do that.
I
got you.
All right, and then if not, then I guess Jose and I will go Hooters. I guess no. We'll split Hooters. We'll split Hooters.
Yeah, I'm done.
We'll split Hooters.
Sorry, I'm looking at the Cubs right now.
Hooters. All right, guys. For me, this is me. Now remember, I'm basing the win totals on my side. This is how I predict the win totals for both teams. Gracious with 72.5 for the White Sox for me. For the Chicago Cubs, I got them at 95.5.
That's gracious. You're looking at all the other sports books for 2026. The Cubs are at 88.5 total. They won what? How many last year?
I think it was 90. I know I lost that bet because you guys went out 92, 93.
Remember, it was pretty easy because they won like 73 the year before,
Right.
and you said they would be right at 73 or under, and I said it would be way over that.
Mhm.
Let me find out real quick. Go ahead and talk. I'll find out right now.
So I put the Cubs at 95.5. Now, this to
92.
me,
They won 92 last year.
92.
Yeah.
So this to me at 95.5 for the Cubs, I think it's the sweet spot for where the Cubs need to be in order to A, take over that division in the Central, and B, just be right under the Dodgers at the second best team at the NL. I really do believe if this is what Ricketts really wants and being that team to potentially win the World Series or be a World Series contender, 95 wins is really the number to me to know that you're serious. 95 wins to me is a move at the deadline to make your team better. 95 wins for me knows that you're serious and you're going to run away with that division. You should run away with that division. You should go toe-to-toe and up ahead of the Milwaukee Brewers for this season. Every move that you have made, every move from here on out that you made or are going to make should be to progress and to grow with this team. 95.5 wins for the Chicago Cubs for me. It is the right number, and I have them slightly over at 97.
So you got them at 97?
I got them at 97.
Damn, we're in sync. I was literally going to say 97 just seems right. It seems like the sweet spot. They won 92 games last year. And again, you have pitching this year.
100%.
You have pitching this year. And if the offense is the way the offense is supposed to be, that pitching should only protect your leads. So, yeah, man, I agree. I think 97 is the sweet spot. I think for me, that right there solidifies the Central. And we're some contenders going into the playoffs with 97 wins. I agree.
I think that should be the goal.
Yeah.
Right. I think it was Craig Counsell that said that, winning 90 plus game seasons a year is the sweet spot for your team to know you'll be to be competitive, right? And I think this should be the year where Craig Counsell has to put, pedal to the metal, foot to the floor, running at 100 every single game. Yep. Now it's baseball. I'm not saying that they're going to go 160 some odd wins. It's baseball. We understand that they're not that great enough, and it's a long ass season, right? Tony says the Cubs will win 93 games, so it's funny how we both have your different mindsets for the White Sox and for the Cubs, right? He goes slightly over, and he goes slightly under. I go slightly over. It's a perfect spot. But he said he'll win the division. The Cubs will win the division by 5.5 games, which is not that bad. And I agree. I think the total should be a little higher, Tony. In my eyes, in my estimate, this is how I believe. Like 5.5 games to me is a little bit too close between the Cubs and the Brewers. I think the Cubs should.
It's going to be that close, though.
I honestly feel like the Brewers should be. I mean, the Cubs should be 8.5, 9.5 games above the Brewers in this division.
It's going to be close because the Brewers are no slouches.
No, they're definitely not.
They're a really good team, so it should be that close. Craig Counsell, very much like Ben Johnson for the Bears, they need to start. What's the word I'm looking for? They need their get back.
Right, 100%.
Both those guys against their former teams have just been taking L's left and right. They've just been losing left and right. The Lions sweep the Bears, get the last lap. They blew them out. And as far as Milwaukee and Chicago, it seems like Milwaukee just always has the upper hand against the Cubs. And
shit in any sports, actually.
Brewers Cubs wise with Craig Counsell, right? Who left the Brewers for the Cubs. Right, they've had the upper hand in baseball, and especially in the playoffs, you just got bounced. And a lot of those games you got blew out.
Yeah.
So if you're Craig Counsell, that should haunt you. You should be up at night like we gotta beat this Milwaukee team. Not only beat them and take the Central, take the division, but then if you beat them in the playoffs again, you get your revenge, right? Because a lot of people gave you a lot of shit for leaving that team to come into the Cubs, just for you to lose back-to-back years in the division, and then you get bounced by Milwaukee in the playoffs. Yeah, it's crazy. So
100%.
So those are the two guys I want to see them mad as hell trying to get back at their former teams.
And absolutely right, Jose. I think this is for Ben Johnson. Obviously, we have to wait for next season, right? And the conversation we'll have. And honestly, I don't even think we even gone over the Bears' opponents for next season. And how good that they were this year.
It's a next week episode.
That's a next week episode?
Yeah,
got it.
Episode.
Cool. We'll talk about that too. Plus, stay tuned for a future update on the Windy City Rundown too as well. So stay tuned at the end of the show for that.
Yep.
But Tony says, all right, well, to be honest, the pitching that we have, we already have in reality 100 wins are not out of the question. Okay. Tony, yes, the pitching that we do have is good enough to get you to the win total that I have. Offensively, Tony, I don't think we're there yet. I still feel like we're missing a key bat somewhere in this lineup. Even though Kyle Tucker left, and the Kyle Tucker that was in the beginning of the season and the Kyle Tucker at the end of the season were two completely different Kyle Tuckers, but you can see that with him in right, say a DH, when they were healthy, that lineup was just as deadly as any lineup. They were the best team in baseball. They were the team that had the most runs or the run differential in baseball, best offense, all that. Like they had it all in the first half of the season before Kyle Tucker mysteriously injuries had come up at the end of the season. With that being said, with the pitching, yes, I do believe the pitching is good enough to get you there. Offensively enough, I feel like this is where we struggle. So I don't know, but you do something at the trade deadline, though, Tony. You might be right. 100 wins is not out of the realm for the Chicago Cubs if they're really, really serious.
Yeah, but it all depends on, like I said, how they look during the trade deadline.
100%.
I think once we get to the trade deadline, as I mentioned already, we'll be buyers there.
Yeah.
But
there you go.
97 is a sweet spot.
He's reading us right there. He says we'll get one at the trade deadline, more than one, and you will see. I hope so.
I agree
because of what Rick had said yesterday. Look, I hold. Look, if anything, if the Chicago Bears taught us something this year, Tony, about our teams, accountability.
Yeah,
and he put himself accountable. Or Tom Ricketts put the accountability not only on himself, but on Jed Hoyer. He put himself on the players, pressure on the players too, the accountability on the players. Everybody else in that organization. Like that to me right there is saying that this team is good enough to compete for a World Series that no owner in Chicago, not one single owner in Chicago before Tom Ricketts and right now during Tom Ricketts has dared to even say that we're good enough to compete for a championship. Hell, not even Jay Reinsdorf when he had Jordan, you could say that they're competing for championships. None. So for him to say that, one, it gave me a little bit more respect to Tom Ricketts because I was tearing him one up every single year. But two, it also gave me a little bit of the confidence. I'm like, okay, this team is serious, but just prove it to me, and then I'll be right there. What does he say? He said the owner is all in, 100%. If the owner's all in, Jed Hoyer's all in, the players have to be all in, Craig Counsell has to be all in, because I do believe, Jose, if somehow, some way, Craig Counsell fails to have a productive season this year, we might having some conversations of him not being the guy for the Chicago Cubs as a manager.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you see last year we've had a lot of injuries, especially in our pitching rotation. The year before that, it was was it his first year or second year? But it was his first year, so I don't think we're there yet. I think if this year is a massive collapse, then yeah, I think if it's a massive collapse, like where did we go wrong here, right? But I think if we have a similar season to last year where we make it, to the NL Divisional Series, maybe to the Championship Series, I think we're good. But if we don't even make the playoffs, if we have the rotation we have now, if we have this team that's set up now, we don't make the playoffs, then yeah, I agree. But if we make the playoffs and we're just not that, like I said, if injuries play a part, or if the other team is just that much better, then I think we start talking about that next year. But as of right now, I think he's good. I think he'll be all right.
Windy City Rundown here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. Follow us on our other social media platforms. Jose and myself are live together in the same studio for the first time since, I don't even know when was the last time we were together.
I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a good while. So we're here. We're live. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook. Make sure you like and share our shows on Facebook. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page, and hit the subscribe button on our YouTube page, and hit the little bell on both YouTube and Facebook to get notified when our shows are live. Jose, crazy how in the NFL how everything works, bro. Ooh, I hit the wrong one. How it works. You see the fire sale that the Dolphins had?
No.
Tyreek Hill, they released Bradley
Damn,
Chubb.
I missed all that. I was
Yeah,
off too.
yeah. They released those two players, but it brings into a conversation, Jose, of like, okay, I think the trade talks probably might just be mute for right now.
Yeah.
Trading DJ Moore or trading Cole Kmet or just whatever, releasing whoever you need to be, right?
Right.
And I think now it's more of, can you restructure contracts? Can you move money to make room for the salary cap to rather to get Bradley Chubb or Trey Hendrickson, or if they're asking for too much money, what does Khalil Mack say? How much money you're going to spend? Because you could say there's a lot of holes to fill on the defensive side of the ball, especially in the defensive line, right? Tremaine Edmonds looks like he's going to be a cap casualty. They're going to let him go for save up some salary cap. You're losing Byard. Jaquan is free agent. Like, there's a lot more question marks on the defense side of the ball than just the defensive line, Jose.
Yeah.
We're going to stop the talks about trading DJ Moore, right?
No, I think that just ignited more than ever. I think trading DJ Moore there was an article I'm sure a lot of people seen, right, from ESPN. One of their writers came out and proposed a trade for the Raiders and the Bears. DJ Moore was part of that trade. It was we trade away DJ Moore and our 25th pick, first round pick this year, 25th pick to the Raiders for Max Crosby and a 5th round pick. He said that works salary cap wise, that works everything. And that like I said, ESPN, that was a report. Everybody was talking about it a couple of days ago. To me, and that's been kind of the subject on Twitter and everything. To me, I personally like it. The one thing I don't like, if I could do without, is trade a 25th pick. I get it. A lot of people who love DJ Moore, who say DJ Moore is the best wide receiver, I agree. I think DJ Moore right now currently is our best wide receiver. At 100%. The same time, I think we have enough pieces to get it over that hump. I think Rome Odunze, when healthy, if he stays healthy, can be that guy. I think Luther Burden eventually could be that guy.
Right.
Plus, we have Colston Loveland, who could probably take over and be the number one receiver for us.
For the side,
right? He could be the Travis Kelce to Patrick Mahomes for Caleb Williams, right? We could see that, which is why I think it's okay if we give up DJ for someone like Max Crosby. I just don't want to give up that first round pick because I feel like you could also use it on the defensive side. So with that being said, I've seen that trade. I'm positively for it. I think we could tweak it a little bit, but if that's a trade, I won't be mad at it. But I think in a sense for the Raiders, they're gonna want someone like DJ Moore. I mean, why not, right? They're probably gonna draft Fernando Mendoza for coming out of IU. You still have Brock Bowers there. You have Ashton Jeanty. Imagine DJ Moore as your number one wide receiver with the new quarterback. Their offense is gonna look good. They just got a new head coach. I mean,
yeah, the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks
who
just won the Super Bowl,
Clint Kubiak. So him going, that's what I'm saying. I think I could totally see the Raiders making that trade, and why wouldn't they?
Yeah, no, for sure, because it's going to benefit them at the end of the day with the rookie contract for sure. Tony says he said he heard the same thing on the Score in the morning show. Yeah. So, look, me personally, if it was just up to me, I think you keep all the draft picks that you can and hold on to the draft picks as much as you can, simply because you're going to put yourself in the situation of the Commanders where you buy, free agents and then you get old real quick. I say if money is just the issue, you can always move money around. It's probably as simple as that. If you can restructure DJ Moore's contract, restructure who else has big money? Montez Sweat, Dio Dangbo, he's one of the big ones too as well, who has a big money contract too as well. Jalen Johnson, enough to fill or to save up, 18 to 22 million dollars in cap space in that aspect, and all you really have to do is just give up money for a Trey Hendrickson, and then whatever you do for a Jaquan Brisker or Kevin Byard, whoever you want to keep on the secondary and that secondary market. But then also you keep your first round pick because you also want to develop. And I feel like this coaching staff can develop players, and Dennis Allen can develop defensive linemen, can develop anybody on the defensive side of the ball. I do personally feel that you should keep DJ Moore, restructure all the contracts, just give up money, and then keep your draft picks, build on young players, because eventually those players you have to get replaced.
Yeah.
Why not replace them with the players that you drafted for? If they're good enough or can hold up to their end of their bargain in order to be like, hey, you know what? We can replace them with this guy. We're good to go.
Yeah.
Let's keep our draft picks. Now, I'm not saying down the future, would I be mad too if they trade DJ Moore for a Max Crosby? No, I wouldn't be mad, but it'll just be like, okay, now the pressure's really on to really, really win a Super Bowl within the next 3 years because that's the little time frame that we have from Caleb Williams' contract to do so. Mind you, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to reach the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl with that aspect, but the pressure is on for them to actually win one.
Yeah.
Or at least to be in one at the end of the day. I know they want to see the long-term part of the future, and the long-term is that drafting through within. But if you have the money, do it. But I'd rather keep the picks. It just makes more sense in the long. Like you can win now the short game, but also play the long game at the same time too as well.
Yeah, no, I get you. You definitely can. You can play the long game if you want. But at the end of the day, right? Ryan Poles has some hits. He has some misses.
100%.
You know, we gotta like. Can we really trust? You know that aspect of it. I think we can. I mean, this past draft class was perfect. If he could if he could keep that 25th pick and do something with it, I trust him right now. Right. I do trust him. But I also trust him if you wanted to make that trade going for Max Crosby, right? Because it's only going to help us defensively.
Right.
Him with Sweat could be a problem.
100%.
100% could be a problem. And we've seen Eric. We got to get after the quarterbacks. The teams in our division, Detroit, only got better defensively, right? And it seems like that's going to be for them. That's going to be one of their focal points, right? Looking at the Vikings, right? Yeah. They have a good defense. The Packers, when Micah Parsons come back, they're going to have a good defense, right? Defense. As good as our offense is, we're going to face 3 good defenses twice in 1 year.
Yeah, 100%.
And then in the NFC, you look at other teams like the Giants who have a good defense. The Eagles have a good defense, right? You look at all these other teams, these juggernauts in the NFC. You're going to have to face these guys again. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
or in the playoffs. So regardless of the fact, we need to at least compete and face the Jalen Hurts, the Dak Prescotts, right? I mean, Harbaugh's now the new head coach for the Giants. That offense is going to be humming, right? We need a defense that's going to be able to compete with those guys. And we still have Jordan Love, who's a great quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. That offense, that Packer offense.
Don't start with that, dude.
That Packer offense could be scary. The Lions whooped us twice, so we got to face them twice. And if the Vikings get their head out of their ass and realize JJ McCarthy isn't the guy,
you got to give him time. You got to give him time.
Either he's the guy or he's not. Regardless, they have to figure that out right away. And when they do, regardless, our defense has to be ready because their head coach is a good head coach. They have some nice players on that team. So,
look, I would say this with the Vikings and their quarterback situation with JJ McCarthy, I look at it as Caleb Williams' first year with just his rookie year. Right,
we've seen flashes,
and we've seen flashes with JJ McCarthy. There's small flashes, but flashes nonetheless. There weren't big moments.
His flashes were like Mitchell Trubisky flashes. Mitchell Trubisky has some good games. That one against Tampa Bay stands. No,
Tampa Bay.
But yes or no?
It was the worst team out there.
But yes or no? Those were flashes, right?
No,
that was his rookie year. Those were flashes.
Those weren't flashes.
Same thing. I think he has that Mitch Trubisky flash.
Ooh, you know how I feel about Mitch. I think you got to give him time. As for Jordan Love, man, look, we saw him live. I don't see it.
What are you talking about?
He
carved up the Bears, bro.
Right, but then he also stunk it up for a whole second half.
That's credit to our defense. So
right.
I think he still scored. He still threw a touchdown to Matthew Golden to get them where he needed to go. It was credit. It was our defense, and it was the stadium. You and I were there. Those two things fucked the Packers up. I don't blame 100%. Jordan Love at all. Look. I know the stat sheet said one thing, but he carved up the Bears. He had a good game. If their defense, I guess in a way, you have to credit the Bears. You have to credit. You have to credit the Bears defense, and you have to credit Caleb Williams and that offense. In that second half, they did everything right.
Oh, everything was perfect.
Everything
Everything
right.
perfect except for that touchdown that they had at the end zone. I think in the third quarter.
Who were the the
Packers.
The,
They
yeah,
gave that up.
The Matthew Golden one. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, Golden.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like they did, the Bears did everything right, minus that.
Yeah.
They did everything right to win that game. The Bears won that game. The Packers didn't lose. The Bears won it.
But it just in a pressure moment like that, I think the best quarterback comes out on top. Just Caleb came out on top on that part.
I agree that Caleb's the best quarterback, but at least stat wise, that doesn't show.
Yeah, I just don't, because it's the same old conversation. And you and I, we don't watch a lot of Packers games other than the 2 times that they play against us. But even then, so like if you go and watch the highlights or watch every other game outside of the Bears, it's kind of, you get the same thing from Jordan Love, and I just feel like it's just something about it just doesn't click.
I think it's the game plan. I think it's the coaching. I don't think Matt LaFleur is the guy. I don't think Matt LaFleur is the guy. I think Jordan Love's the right quarterback. I don't think Matt LaFleur is the right head coach. I really don't. I think if they would have moved on from him, and got someone like Hardball, I'd be pretty scared right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be pretty scared. But luckily that didn't happen. But we still got to respect Jordan Love, man. He's only shown you otherwise, Eric. He's only shown you otherwise. He's a good quarterback. That's a good football team. When healthy, that's a good football team.
He just doesn't convince me. That's all it is.
I don't know.
It's not just he's just the Packers quarterback. He just doesn't convince me.
I think because
from Favre to Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers, and I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre put the fear in you.
100%.
I don't think Jordan Love's put the. I don't think he puts the fear in you. But at the same time, you gotta respect the hell out of him, because he could beat you. He could beat you.
And then Jared Goff. I mean, that team. I think we're seeing the fall off of the Detroit Lions.
You know what it is? Hold on, real quick. He doesn't put the fear in you because he's not arrogant. I feel like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers were we're fucking good, and we know we're fucking good, and we're gonna beat you.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love's quiet. He's more like a silent killer.
I don't even think he's a silent killer. I think he's just silent.
I respect the hell out of Jordan Love. I'm not glazing him. I just respect what he can do in the football. Hell no. I fucking hate the Packers. I hate the Packers. I hate the Packers, but I'm not. But I'm always on Packer Twitter. I'm literally, because I love talking shit to these guys. But I'm also not just Packers. I'm on Detroit Lions Twitter. I'm on Vikings.
Oh man, you just want to wake up with violence, don't you, bro? You just want to fight.
No, it's I find it interesting hearing the other side talk about the Bears.
Okay,
because we know our stance and Chicago's stance on the Bears, right?
100%.
We're all on the Kool-Aid. Like, I love the Bears, right?
Right. But right now we're in the Kool-Aid.
But
we're drinking all of it.
But like
extra sugar.
And I find it funny now hearing the opposite from the other guys. Like, we were always the ones we beat up on all the Bears. Like now I find it interesting hearing the haters. Oh, they're not that good. Caleb Williams, blah blah blah. I love it. It's like now you know how the fuck we feel. So I'm literally on everything, listening to it all, right?
Okay.
And the one thing I would say about Packers fans, Packer radio, is that they believe in Jordan Love. Matt LaFleur is a whole different topic, but Jordan Love, they believe in, and I see why. I do see it. I do 100% see why they believe in him. They don't believe in their coach, but they do believe in their quarterback. So I would respect him to an extent. I do think we have the better quarterback. I think we're going to win that rivalry going forward. I don't want that karma of not believing in him and then him just fucking torching us.
I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No apologies to me. Fuck Jordan Love. Fuck the Packers.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I don't see it, man. I just don't. Tony goes, but remember, we're on that Caleb window. And you know what? That's great. That's great, because there's that lovely conversation about every team in the NFL is like, how open is that window?
Yeah.
When you have a franchise quarterback, that window is wide open for many, 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 many years. Yes. Even when you have a sucky season, even when you have a bad season, that window is still open. It may slide a little bit, but it's still wide open. It's more open than closed.
I think a good example is the Lions. Look at the Lions. They didn't make the playoffs last year, but you could still pencil them in as a contender next year.
But with the window not as open.
No, it's closing. It's closing.
It's slowly sliding.
Yeah, it's sliding down for sure. But the window's still there for them.
And you know what's another perfect example of that? The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, 100%.
The Kansas City Chiefs, even with Patrick Mahomes, no matter what they do, no matter what,
a healthy Patrick,
just a Patrick Mahomes, a healthy Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
but just Patrick Mahomes in general. Like even with a merry-go-round of wide receivers and everything like that, that window doesn't feel like it's even closing anytime soon, just simply because he's still your quarterback.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm not saying it's apple and oranges, but like that's the difference between having a franchise quarterback and a quarterback that, yes, he could get you there, but is not really gonna take you there. You know what I mean? There's a reason why the Rams traded him to Detroit after losing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they brought in Matthew Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
The results said for themselves. Who won the Super Bowl at the end of the day?
Yeah, the
Rams. So it's just, again, it's that team's window is more likely to shut within the next 2-3 seasons than the Kansas City Chiefs in the next 2-3 seasons.
I wonder how the Lions feel about that trade now.
I mean, look, what's that one saying? Every
hindsight's 2020.
Hindsight is definitely 2020.
Yeah.
Every good show has to have an ending.
Yeah.
And I think Matthew Stafford's time was up. Matthew Stafford was kind of like a borderline Hall of Famer because of his numbers and what he was done in Detroit and so on and so forth. He solidified himself into a Hall of Famer now going to Los Angeles.
It's funny.
But it's just kind of like, it's one of those situations like, yeah, he just needed to change the scenery.
It's funny that Jared Goff now is what Matthew Stafford was when he was on the Lions.
Like, it's not even funny, but it's true.
It's fucking true.
It's true as hell.
It's true, and it's like, fuck.
It's crazy because even you say that, but you know what else kind of hurt?
The stats are there. You just can't get over the hump.
You just can't get over the hump.
Yeah.
And Matthew Stafford kind of almost did it again this year too.
Yeah.
He almost went. Got himself. He got an MVP. He got an MVP. He didn't win a Super Bowl, but he got an MVP.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What did Tony says? Tony says that Jordan Love is like me when I played soccer. I let my game do the talking, not my mouth.
Hey man, I'm gonna pull up the stats. I'm gonna pull up. I'm not trying to prove a point.
I see you.
I'm not trying to. Wow. What do you mean?
He knows what I mean. You know, Tony's not the quickest. He's not the shiftiest. He's not the rough and tumble, but he'll be at the right place at the right time. He'll just.
What's your stats, Tony? What's your overall stats? Career. How many goals do you think you scored?
No, Tony was a defender.
Oh, he was a defender.
Tony's a defender.
Okay. Well, what is there a stat for a defender?
No, I mean, how many goals he let in?
That's yours. No, that's yours.
Oh, no.
Okay. Question to you. Question to you. How many goals in your lifetime you think you let?
That's definitely over 1,000.
Yeah.
Dude, the amount of games I played during the week and stuff like that, high competition games, bro, indoor's the killer.
Okay. What about how many goals did you block?
Over 2,000.
Okay, I like that. All right,
if that maybe I mean, I've been playing since I was 5, so I mean, just continue going off of that.
We're gonna get completion percentage away, right? I hate completion. I hate that. Stat.
That's kind of like the most overrated stat.
I agree, but he is over 50%, which is fine. Whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Right. Overall, Jordan Love this year. Why can't I? Oh, that's postseason. My bad. We're gonna go to the regular season. My bad. All right. Wow, 66%. Even better. Regardless, 3,381 yards, passing yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. It doesn't scare me. But he was hurt a couple games, right? How many games played? That was where you at? How many games? 15 games. So in 50 games, 3,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Let's go to the Bears. I want to see what Caleb is, okay? So 15, 3,300. Huh? They don't scare me either. They don't scare me either. Caleb in 17 games, 2 more games, 3,900 yards, 3,942.
Franchise record.
Yep. 27 touchdowns. So 1 more touchdown and 7 interceptions, 1 more interception. So Caleb did play 2 more games, only had 1 more touchdown, 1 interception.
1 for 1.
They're
similar.
They're similar.
But Caleb is better.
The difference is, Caleb completion percentage is 58%. Only just, slightly below.
Slightly below.
It's funny, now that I'm actually comparing it to, it's funny because when I'm on Packers Twitter, all I hear them say, "Well, it's Caleb completion percentage, and he's just, he's only good in the second half, bro. He's not that far off from your quarterback.
He's not that far up.
He's not that far off. And yes, he has 2 more games, so he should have significantly more touchdowns.
That's what I say. I don't believe.
But I mean, at the end of the day, well, you can't look at Jordan Love and be like, "Oh, he's bad," when we looked at Caleb and we're like, he's better.
I've seen him in 6 years.
He's had better. I think this is a down year for him.
I've seen him in 6 years. I've seen Jordan Love for 6 years.
But this is
against Mitchell Trubisky and Justin Fields.
I feel like this is a down year, though.
Cakewalk. Now the finding that the Bears finally have a quarterback, not that easy. Lost 3 or 4.
Last year, Jordan Love.
There you go, Caesar. At the end of the day, 33,
yes, 33, 25, 11. So that was
Arriba la America.
Yeah. Jordan Love. Okay, and 2023, 2024, way better season. Over 4,100 yards, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
Bears suck.
That's a good year.
Bears suck.
Huh?
But it's just, at the end of the day, we beat them 2-3.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Fuck
3-4.
Fuck the Packers.
3-4.
Well, we'll do a show in the next couple of weeks.
We're definitely gonna
comparing all the NFC North quarterbacks, NFC quarterbacks, just quarterbacks in general. We'll go over the Bears schedule as well. We'll have some fun.
Right. We got a lot. Draft combines in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Draft is in a few months.
So, question for everybody here and for Eric, right? Would you make the trade that ESPN proposed?
I wouldn't.
Would you make the trade? And for those who don't know, DJ Moore and the 25th pick of our first round this year for Max Crosby and a 5th round pick. Would you want to do it? Why?
I wouldn't. I think I do believe that the easy solution right now for the Chicago Bears at this very moment, keep all your draft picks and then just sign the free agents that you can hand to fill the hole. You could draft your depth for whatever you need, but you sign Trent Hendrickson, you sign whoever you need to sign, Bradley Chubb or any other defensive player in the defensive line. You sign them, and then you draft that same defensive line in that same position or another position. Keep them going, keep them rotating. Sign another safety that you can, and just build on the draft.
Now, if go ahead.
You might need to draft another offensive lineman, but I think this year should be really, really about getting the meat, the beef up front in the trenches.
If they don't do that trade, but I won't be mad if they do.
Right.
Because again, if you're talking about the best player out there available, it's him.
100%. Myles Garrett.
I mean, but I don't think why would a full on rebuild?
Right.
He's the one who gives you the most first rounds. And let's be honest, I don't think the Bears have that right now. You need a team that has 2 first rounds this year.
10 of the worst teams, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think the Bears have enough to give for Myles Garrett. So I won't be mad because other than Myles Garrett, Max Crosby is that difference maker. I think you look at the Packers when they got Micah Parsons, we were like, fuck.
I don't know.
I think that's a fuck level. You know what I mean?
I will tell you this, man. A healthy Trey Hendrickson is just under a Myles Garrett. When he was healthy in the last 2 seasons, the person that was second best behind Myles Garrett was Trey Hendrickson.
Stats. Hold on.
And then because then we go to the comments where you do that. Caesar says he wouldn't do a trade. I was like, Caesar, me and you both, man. But you know what? It's okay. I'm okay with it because in this transition that America is going through right now is a transition that a kind of a team of how many times they've been to the finals and been to the playoffs and done that. I'm okay.
All right. Well,
I'm cool.
What's the one thing? What's the one knock on Trey Hendrickson? Is health.
Right. He hasn't been healthy in the last season and a half.
He only played 7 games this year.
Right, because he was hurt.
Right. So
hurt.
I hear you. But in those 7 games, he had 11 tackles, 4 sacks, 20 yards lost. I mean, 1 forced fumble.
Yeah.
It doesn't scream. It doesn't scream difference maker, right? But you're right. It's because they held him off a little bit.
Just look at the prior seasons before that. Just look at the prior seasons before that when he was healthy.
Right. I'll do that
as I go to the comments. Tony wants to do the trade. Caesar said free agent has what we need. And he says the trade will actually unload a lot of money. And it's 100%. It's not a lot. Well, I mean, I can't say it's a lot of money
because we're good year.
Because we're talking about, of tens of millions of dollars that we're saving trading away DJ Moore. You know, I think we save, if we trade DJ Moore, I want to say we save like $14 million in cap space that we save if we trade him. So, I mean, I get that aspect of it. You can also get that money somewhat back by restructuring his deal too without trading away. But I get it. Again, I would be somewhat upset if we do trade for Max Crosby, but I understand the process behind it.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at Trey Hendrickson last year,
You
not
look at
not this past year, the year
The year
before,
say it.
17 full games,
Say it out loud.
33 tackles,
Say it out loud.
17 and a half sacks,
Say it out loud.
for 126 yards loss and 2 forced fumbles. That's a difference maker.
Now look at it. Now look the season before that.
The season before that,
No.
2023, 2024, Trey Hendrickson, 17 games, 28 tackles, so less, 17 and a half sacks. So same thing for 122 yards lost, 3 forced fumbles, but that's consistent. 17 and a half both years is nice.
Now look at the year before that.
All right, year before that. 2022, 2023, Trey Hendrickson. Where you at, buddy? Hold on. Where defense? Trey Hendrickson. No, you don't want to look at the year before that. He only played 3 games that year.
What was it the year before that one?
No, I think that's good enough, right?
Okay.
I think those. It's a what have you done lately from a year. Now he had 2 good years back to back. Last year he only played 7 games, so
Because he was hurt.
Right now, if you look at Max Crosby this past year,
Guys, remember, free agents is what want to win now when they come here. 100%. That's why we need to unload, or that's why we need to get most of the players. That it just makes sense. Just waste the money, or not waste the money, but spend the money if the money is there available for sure.
Max Crosby only played 15 games, but he had 45 tackles. He had 10 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. So it's decent, not bad,
Decent,
right?
Decent.
But you're it's a pretty bad Raiders team. 2024, the year before that, Max Crosby, where you at? Played 12 games, so but he had 17. No, sorry, he had 28 tackles, 7.5 sacks. So not. Trey Hendrickson looks a little.
And all you have to do is just waste money. I'm not saying I don't know what I'm talking about, but when I'm talking about, it makes a lot more sense.
The year before that, Max Crosby, 17 games, full 17 games. He had 14 and a half sacks, 2 forced fumbles with 55 tackles. Not bad.
But again, Jose, mind you, the difference and another caveat about Trey Hendrickson and Max Crosby is the fact that Trey Hendrickson is just 2 years younger than us.
Yeah.
That's the only issue that we're going to have. Maybe 3. He might be 32, 33, around that age. Tony says maybe with a pay cut. Look, Tony, restructured contracts of DJ Moore, Montez Sweat, Dio Dengbo, all the big money players. You can make pay cuts. You can still save yourself between $18 to $22 million. I know for sure Caleb Williams will have a pay cut in somewhere in there too as well, salary cap wise. I know Grady Jarrett will have that one too. Talk to the offensive lineman. Like there could be money moved around there so you can have enough money to do your salary cap, to get your draft capital, to do what you can. Again, I still feel like we're not there yet in trading away assets and draft picks simply because we are coming off one of the most, I think, the most fun year. This was the fun year for the Chicago Bears. Even though I'm saying that, I still don't think, guys, Jose, that the Bears are still in a position to trade away draft picks to stop building for the future just for a win now situation. And I get it, in the NFL, if you don't win now, you probably will never win again. You probably will never get in that situation again. But I'm saying I don't think trading for Max Crosby makes sense to me.
No. I mean, after looking at those stats, right? But it is one of those things where you put him in a better environment with your coach, with better guys, he could be a difference maker. I think Max Crosby could definitely be that difference maker. But I also think Trey Hendrickson could also be that difference maker. As long as he's healthy, that's all that matters. Regardless of the fact, like I said, whatever Poles decides to do, I'll trust him. If he thinks Crosby's the guy, and we got to unload, DJ Moore and the first rounder, whatever, right? I won't be. It's not my first choice, but I'll, whatever. I'll trust him in that regard. But If he doesn't, if he goes the free agent route, see who's available, and then draft somebody, and I'm cool with that too.
Just to wait and see, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. We're gonna deep dive in the NFL.
Yep.
Obviously, we're gonna talk about more about all the other teams too in the NFL.
Yep.
Where the Bears stand in the NFC and the NFC North. What team is gonna make the playoffs last season, make it this year. A lot to talk about. A lot more baseball talk to happen too as well.
Yep.
As it's right around the corner. Moves can still be made. Bulls and Blackhawks are being the Bulls.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only unfortunate part about right now the Chicago sports. Tony Go says, okay, you convinced me. Let's go get free agents and draft picks. I got one. That's all it takes. I think I got two with this guy right next to me too as well.
I'm there. I'm on the fence. Like I said, whatever Poles has earned my trust based off this past year.
I think he has to prove it to me one more year too.
Based off this past
Best
year,
year,
he's
he has to
earned
prove
my
it to me.
trust. Because if you look at everything in totality, getting DJ Moore, getting the number one pick to get Caleb Williams, and then all the draft picks he got this past year. And now the draft picks everybody said weren't this and weren't that. Now that you have a coach,
yeah,
to
now
get
a coaching staff that can help you develop these
that
players.
can get the best out of those players, now everybody's starting to look a little bit different.
I mean, look, remember, no Sean Wright. They got him off the Vikings practice squad,
Yeah.
and he was a difference maker for the Chicago Bears on defense.
Yeah.
That goes to proving how well the coaching staff was.
Look
for the
at
Chicago Bears.
Look at the players that were there last year, like
100%.
Brisker, like
He was hurt. Gordon was hurt, but
Gordon-
I understand. Like they made somewhat of a difference there too as well. I mean, hell, even on the offense side of the ball, even with a great offensive line, what the Bears did with the upgrading with Tooney, Jackson, and Dahlman. I mean, hell, Caleb Williams
finding guys like CJ Gardner Johnson, who
Yeah.
was on the fucking street.
was on the street.
Yeah,
Drafting Kyle Monunga's 7th round pick as your one of your
Bro,
1-2 running backs.
this
You know?
this draft literally saved this draft.
Right, and then Colston Loveland and Luther Burden just speak for themselves on top of that too as well. You know, so yeah,
Getting Loveland over Warren, where everybody criticized it.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Packers radio hosts were laughing at it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there was a reason why Sean McVay said that he wanted Colston Loveland for the Rams. I guess you see why.
Yeah,
I guess you see why. Big news for everybody. Jose and I were switching the Winning Cedar Rundown to Wednesday nights at 7. So a day later, but 30 minutes early.
Yeah.
So now we're going to be on Wednesday nights at 7 from here on out. It just helps us look better with our work schedule with Jose and I are at right now at the moment.
Yep.
So just tune in every Wednesday at 7 p.m. We're going to be live. Hopefully we do this a lot more together when we're here next to each other. This should be a little fun now, you know. So make sure you tune in. Again, hit the bell on Facebook and on YouTube to get notified when our shows are live. We're going to be live now at 7 on Wednesdays starting next week. And yeah, just still follow us on all our social media platforms too. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. We are going to be posting up a lot. We are also setting up interviews for our show too as well. Tony says why. Again, Tony, it just helps us in our from our work schedule, work processes, whatnot. We're both pretty busy guys.
Full transparency. We're both off on Wednesdays from our
100%.
job, so
Yeah.
it makes a little bit more sense to be able to do it that way.
Wednesday nights can wait a little bit longer at Dalton, Tony, so it's all good. And hell, you could probably even ask it's not even Willie anymore. You could probably ask America streaming on the TVs over there, and then you have us watching, you know, over there at Dalton, bro. Just saying. The more the merrier, right? Just share it on your Facebook page, my guy. We'll do that. But yeah, no, yeah, we're doing it Wednesdays at 7. So yeah, just keep it liking us, like and subscribe on YouTube, like and share on your Facebook page. We appreciate you guys. Again, we got a lot of big things coming for 2026 for us. A lot of huge upcoming. So we appreciate that. But he said okay, I guess.
Tony, we appreciate you.
We appreciate you, Tony. You're a real one for 100%. But remember, Hooters, 75 wins, White Sox down. The fact that I have to root for the White Sox to get 75 wins is just weird to me.
Do it.
You know what I mean? Just for some fucking wings.
Question, real quick before we leave.
What's up?
Now that you know what you know about the Bulls, do you regret keeping them as your team?
A little bit. A little bit.
I don't blame you.
I could have been a champion. I could have been a champion.
Low-key.
I could have been a champion. I could have walked around like a fake ass OKC fan, but just be like supporting the shit out of them, you know?
Yep.
We might have to bring that back, Jose.
We'll see. I'll give it another year before I even make a decision like that. But I've always said if I'm not going to be a Bulls fan, I'm going to be a Pacers fan. Because
At least you have
I have a love for Indiana. Not not the teams. Like I've lived in Indiana for 20 years,
Yeah.
so this is my home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chicago sports is what I grew up, right? Chicago's everything, but Indiana has been my home longer than
Boo.
Chicago's been my home.
Boo.
So
You suck.
yeah,
Yeah, I see. Not me. I've only been in Indiana for like 2 minutes.
but I can't give up on the Bulls. It's hard as much as I want to. Like it's
It's not that hard.
It's hard.
I don't like being lied to.
If we get another
bet
if we get another 5 years of this regime, then yeah, I think I'm at my wits end for sure.
I don't think I could do another year. You know, what's gonna suck, bro, is like I could see it now. I don't know why, but I close my eyes when I think about the Chicago Bulls, and I could just envision the Bulls making all these moves, and at the season's end, AK and Eversley are fired, and we have all these second round draft picks for what? To come in later in the second and the first round.
That's what I'm saying.
Those
That's
picks,
why I don't see them getting fired anytime soon.
and those picks are not even going to come until another 3 years. Like we're not going to see the back-to-back second round picks until 2028.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part.
You know?
Yeah,
I think we have what? 2 first rounds this year. I have it written down here somewhere. Yeah, 2 first rounds this year and two this year and 2 first round picks and 2 second round picks this year.
We were supposed to go over the free agency for the NBA
next week. And then after that, 1 first, 1 second, 1 first, 1 second, and then 2029. It's just all that. No, 2031 is when we get 4 second round picks.
All right. We have time to talk about Bear schedule and all that. Like that's not going anywhere. The NFL isn't going anywhere. Next week, and this is a preview for everybody. Next week we are talking about the Bulls.
Fuck the Bulls.
We're talking. That's easy.
That's what I laughed at.
You know what, Tony? To be honest. Put the comment up there so people knows what we're talking about. You know what, Tony? I hear you, but it really isn't because of the Derrick Rose team. Because after going to the night the banner of his jersey, the jersey whatever,
the jersey retirement,
the
money grab.
After going to that was the closure I needed for that team, right? That was the championship we needed, right? The only thing that's holding me back is what if we have another team like that? Another team that I fall in love with like that.
Okay, well, you just gotta live with it.
I feel like it'll be that much sweeter because of how long I waited to get back to that. That's the only thing holding me back. But if I don't see that, I don't know, man. It's tough.
See, for me, Tony, it was easy to give it up last year, just simply because I just got tired. The moment I heard Young and Athletic, and then I got Wade and Rondo, I think that just started everything and everything that
was a different regime.
That was a different regime, but it still fell under that same impact though. And then after that, like again, I screamed from the mountaintops, and you know this. How many shows we've done? I screamed from the mountaintops. Don't give Zach LaVine that contract.
Yeah,
I screamed from it. It wasn't necessary.
I was okay with it because of the potential that what could have been, but
I saw no potential.
It didn't come to fruition. So of course I ate my words there.
Here I am. Tony said what he said. Nunca, never.
I don't want to be that guy that switches.
I'll be that guy.
I don't want to be that guy that switches
I don't mind
teams.
being that guy.
Wait, I don't want to be that guy that switches teams and then the
shit.
Bulls are better and you're like, fuck.
No, I wouldn't. If I use my sports mulligan on the Chicago Bulls and follow another basketball team, right? And I see the Bulls with success, I'd be like, good for them. About fucking time though. It had to take me for me to leave in order for that to happen. But you know what? Hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
Like I do not mind it. And what sucks is the Chicago Bulls were probably the Chicago Bulls were the first Chicago sports team that I genuinely sat back, relaxed, and watched. The Chicago Cubs were grown upon me because of my uncle, right? The Bears were the second team I actually sat down and watched by myself. So the Bulls were legitimately the first team that I like enjoyed myself personally. So for me to say that, to go this deep of me trading away, it's just like, or giving up my fandom for another team is just, I don't know. It just seems so easy because they've been disappointing and they hurt me so many times where I was just like, okay, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I really don't care anymore. I'm at that point, and that is probably in the worst position a sports fan could ever be, is having empathy that you don't even care anymore. Because I don't. I really don't.
I hear you. One more thing. Something came up on my phone that Manny Pacquiao is planning to fight. Manny Pacquiao, who's 47, will face Russian I don't even want to know that I don't know his guy's name, but this guy Ruslan Manny Pacquiao will face Ruslan, who's 42 in a welterweight boxing. I'm sorry, but this is what's fucking wrong with boxing. Why do we have a 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao who doesn't fucking have it anymore coming back to the sport? For what, Pacquiao? For what? I get it. It's hard to walk away. I understand. I hear you, brother. But damn, this is what's wrong with boxing. We can't make stars because we have other guys coming in. For what? Like for what? Who wants to see this?
And it's not.
Who wants to see this? You want to see this? I don't want to see this.
And it's not even the fact of like making stars. It's where can you find it? Is another thing. Because I remember growing up, it was always on pay-per-view. Like you always have to pay for your fight. You always have to go here, and it was easy access, right? Now it's over here, it's over there, it's right here, it's right there. Like it's all over the place, and it's hard to kind of keep up when you don't have a specific platform for them.
I've always had issues with boxing, with all these guys protecting their streaks and protecting his record and dunking fights and picking fights. Like, look, all the respect to World Terrence Crawford, who beat Canelo, right? Who stayed undefeated. But what happens when you're at the highest you've ever fucking been? You just beat what some people say was the face of boxing in Canelo. You stayed undefeated, and what's the next thing you do? You fucking retire. Knowing damn well if you would have stayed, you would have had a target on your back. Knowing damn well you were going to be the face of boxing because you defeated who everybody thought was the face of boxing. You were going to be the star, and you fucking retire.
I mean, I don't know what to.
Like, this is why I'm growing. I fucking hate boxing. I'm starting to hate boxing for that fucking reason. And now Canelo, his value's down, and you know what I mean. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. You know what I mean.
At least Julio Cesar Chavez is coming back. Another one.
All respect to the world to that guy, man. But fuck.
Free agency talk next week. More Bears talk. Probably stadium talk, because I feel the next week is the final week where we probably might get an answer either before the show or after the show. But we'll have some stadium talk about the Chicago Bears. You might have it down the street, bro. They said the Lost Marsh.
I love it.
The Lost Marsh. It's walking distance.
Shout out to my mayor, Tom McDermott. I'm not gonna lie, he did sound a bit arrogant on the interview he had with ESPN 1000.
Very transparent. That's what I texted you. I just felt like,
but I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
We might have parking at John's house since he's gonna be right next door to it.
That would be fucking raw.
That would be so dope.
I could walk. I could literally take the bike trail if I wanted to.
But we could also walk right there by John's house too.
No, it's a much closer walk from John's house.
Definitely a much closer walk from John's house.
But you know, I'm just saying, I could literally charge parking for the front of my house. People could just walk that bike trail.
Yeah, facts. But yes, we will talk stadium talk next week. Free agent talk next week. It's gonna be more Bears. Remember, 7:00 Wednesday. 7:00 on Wednesday next week on Facebook and on YouTube. Make sure you follow us. Tony says Arlington Heights. I want to believe it too, Tony. I really, really, really do. I've been saying Arlington Heights.
They're the front runner.
They're definitely the favorites.
Yeah.
But I mean, the deal that they got for the state of Indiana, they can't beat that.
Well,
business-wise, that makes someone sense.
Regardless of the fact the Bears are behind right now when it comes to that stadium, should have been fucking built a long time ago.
They should have been shovels on the ground 2 years ago.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, we should be talking about a stadium in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, 100%.
Now we're looking at another 5,
another 4. Well, remember, if it's in Hammond, Indiana, it'll be done in 4.
I hope so.
The shovels are like on the ground, bro. They're just waiting to be pushed to the ground.
all those houses they built, they're gonna fucking tear them down.
Dude, no townhomes, my guy. Airbnbs.
Hell yeah.
You know, walking distance. Only thing that's gonna suck though on Sunday mornings, right there by the BP plant, is gonna have such a toxic ass smell. It's gonna be super, super bad.
Yeah, that's the only.
That's the only downfall. And I thought about it the other day when I passed by it though.
You're going from a view to the city to you turn to the right and you see all that fucking
refinery factories and all that shit.
Smoke coming out.
It's gonna be horrible.
That's the only bad thing about it.
But I mean, hey, it's gonna be a brand new stadium right around the corner for our houses, so I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, selfishly.
Okay. Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about next week. And then I feel like we gotta talk about something else, but it'll come to mind next week too as well. Jose, it was good having you, bro. Hopefully we'll have more of this more often, you know. But thank you, Tony. Thank you, Caesar. Thank you, everybody, for watching, liking, subscribing. Make sure you follow us on all the social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that. We'll be posting all our stuff on online sooner rather than later. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Like and share on your Facebook page. Hit the bell on both pages to get notified when we're live. Wednesday, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
New time for the Windy City Rundown. Jose and I were going to be here. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so very much. Jose, I can't even scream this.
Just hit end stream.
I know. Hold on. What did he say? He said, bro, Indiana can't even get I-94 fixed. For the Bears, Tony, everything would be possible.
Yeah, I agree.
For Jose, I'm Eric. We'll see you guys next week. We'll see you guys then. See ya. Oh, wait. Where's the outro? See, bro, you lying to me, man. You just lying to me.
I mean, you don't have it ready, bro.
I don't have it ready. See you.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
He's running like he's got a lobster down his pants, showing that he is as slippery as a bar of soap.
Like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose.
Commented about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm not.
Real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
Are we done here?
It's about time.